bonus extra footage. You get footage of the Acura's engine bay. It's still a little dirty, but as you can see, it's much cleaner. So you can see the new alternator down in there. That's the catalytic converter there. So here, this is actually a great example. So remember how I was saying about the on the Jaguar, there was that one tank that was kind of up here, and there was no radiator cap. This car has a radiator cap. So if we read the warnings, never open when hot. Hot coolant will scald you. This is under pressure as well. But, because I have this little expansion tank here, see, nothing. Those are the two types you will run into. On this car, believe it or not, you actually check the coolant when it's cold, and this is still nice and hot. Also notice the different color. Each vehicle manufacturer will spec a different, specification of coolant. Check your owner's manual or the webs, and they will give you information on what spec to use. Do not mix different types of coolants, or they can cause gelling, and it gums up and plugs everything up, which is bad. So don't do that. Check the owner's manual. It'll give you a spec. Check the color. The color's usually a good indicator, but not great. So as you can see, this car takes blue. The Jaguar actually is supposed to take orange, but because I will have the entire cooling system apart and flushed and everything, I'm actually going to throw a different style of coolant in, but that's for a later date, not now. But again, different engine. Woo, yeah. As you can see in there, it's a little bit cleaner because this thing's gotten frequent oil changes and probably has lived a slightly better life. A little less hard. This car only has, 82,000 miles? The Jaguar has, 99,000 on the frame, only 50,000 on the engine, but that doesn't mean anything. You gotta check, you gotta know what the history is as well. Dipstick on this one, see how it's orange? It's orange. Sometimes you'll see yellow. I've seen green like once. Usually it's orange, not red. Red usually means transmission. Oh no, duh. Yellow means transmission. So dipstick for this guy. That's hot. That's hot. You can see that's good. It's due for an oil change this weekend, so you'll get a quick video on that as well. So if I grab these guys, move that little light. Oh god. You see these hoses are in good shape. They're not all funny and discolored. Now this little bulge here, you see, there's actually, it necks up. It gets bigger here. So when this clamp is in place, the hose doesn't back off. But as you can see, these hoses are in much better condition. They're pliable but firm. There's no bulging, swelling, sagging. There's a little bit there, but that's from just this clamp. It's a little bit harder to see some of these hoses. Get this guy off, you can see a little more. Intake manifold runs under here. I know that A, because I've had this thing off countless times. B, throttle body's right there. Air hose, this is new. As you can see, it's nice and it's pliable, it's soft, there's no cracks. Fuse box here. Shock mount under there. Shock mount under there. You can see the AC lines. The AC lines on the Jaguar are in about the same spot here. They're just tucked behind that shock mount. They're a bitch and a half to get to. Another one. ABS module. Power steering fluid. This reservoir is new. The one I had was chafing on the belt. Which, speaking of belts, see how this one's nice and it's like smooth and doesn't really look, I mean, there's a little bit of rub, that's not even rubbing, that feels, it's smooth, it don't have lines going this way. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for lines going this way. Huge gouges chunking out of it with a little ball on the end. That means the belt is slipping. You check the ribs in here. You check for lines this way across it. That means the belt is cracking and is on its way out. If your belt is squealing, that's another one. This drive belt is a lot easier to change. Same thing with this alternator. This fan comes out for this alternator and just whoop, out it comes. I don't know if you can see it down in there. New motor mount back there. New motor mount there. There's a motor mount down in there. Actually, excuse me, that's an upper transmission mount. That's new. There's a motor mount back down in there. That's been changed out. Yeah, a lot of time in this car. I still have yet to fix this. This popped off about a year ago now. And it's sitting right here. Just needs glued on. I haven't bothered yet. I've been doing other shit. But yeah. This here is the power steering line. This should be nice and firm. No real give. I mean, it's gives, it's rubber. This here, with these crimps, ugh, that's fucking with me. These crimps are AC lines. These hard lines with the crimps going into these rubber, these should be nice and stiff. A little bit crispy, but goes down in there, down in here, and then which goes to the compressor itself. You can see another one down in there. That's another AC line. That guy, it's kind of hard to see. Focus, you fuck. Yeah, whatever. You get the point. There's an AC line down there. Blinker fluid. And then this line here goes under here along with the ignition leads to here and then down to the positive pole of the alternator. This is what's part of what's called the Big 3 upgrade. If you're running high power sound system or high current draw stuff, another one is if you're running a turbo. You want more power, or more electrical power delivery, better electrical power. What this is just it's a stability thing. Oh God! Yeet. Let me just bump that out of my hand real quick. Sorry about that. This one here runs back into the firewall. You can see another red line there. It goes back in and feeds the amplifier. That yellow wire is a turn on for the radio. And oh, the red wire feeds the door speaker amp. There's a black wire, hard to see with my fat ass hand, not really fat ass. You see the shiny black? That feeds the sub in the back. And then the yellow wire feeds the radio itself. So yeah, this is a better indicator of a taken care of engine bay. There's going to be rust. This is a 14-year-old car, but needs hosed out. But other than that, it's pretty clean. A couple scrapes from when I kicked this thing across the garage. Well, that's all I got for you.